So here we are, Crap to Cream, episode 35. A monumental episode, this one. So I have now finally got the windscreen together. Everything's together, the seals are done, everything's tightened up, and it's all looking good. So the one thing that I did have the problem with was every time I bent the seal out to put it anywhere near the car, it came out where these two screws were, where the two screws are that hold the side frame in. So rightly or wrongly, I cleaned it all out with brake clean, and I've now put a couple of dabs of the gel glue I've got in here just to hold it, because there was no way that this was going to stay in here while this is being straightened out to the front of the car. So I haven't actually mounted it to the car yet, but all this looks okay, and none of this comes anywhere loose. So I've done also the same on this side. So I've just a couple of dabs in here, and if I have to take the screen out again and take it apart again, then that's just the way it is. I just reached the point of the tipping point with this screen. So now, anyway, I don't really care now. It's all together, and the next thing is to put it into the car. Over there we have the remnants of screen trials prior to this one. So this was this was the worst, the most challenging job that I've had to do on the car so far. So originally it was just obviously replacing the seal, but then it turned into a screen, taking all the frame apart, and all the joy that has gone with that. So anyway, it's finally together now. So takes a trip to the other shed now. So I'm going to start underneath the car today and go through what I've been doing up here. So as you might see now, the radiator's in, and with the radiator in, being an upgraded radiator, it all became very cozy in here, right, with the anti-roll bar positioners, the anti-roll bar bushes. So I couldn't get the radiator in past the anti-roll bar without disconnecting it, because this fitting here on the radiator would not squeeze between the bodywork and the anti-roll bar. So I had to take that out again. And as you can see, it's all very cozy in here, but there is clearance between the two, so that's all still good. So yeah, that's all put on together, and I've also put my new little shield on the bottom here now. The old one was like a cardboard material. The new ones are plastic, made in China, but it fits and it does the job. So there we go. So now the radiator's in, and I'll now drop the car to the floor level so we can look in the engine bay. So as you can see now, there's a fair amount of activity been going on in here. So the 45 DCOE carburetor is now on, and that was just a simple straightforward fix up. Attaching the actual carburetor to the manifold was easy, but that was where it finished. So the throttle cable I got from Weber is now, hopefully you can see in the dark, is now too short. So I am now trying to get a longer one. So this original one that came is 900, and by my measuring now, it wants to be about 1.2 to 1.3 meters long, so that it has a good arc to come round here to go over there. And then when it goes into the fitting in the inner guard there, I'm going to have to machine up a bush so that the cable doesn't go straight through into the car. So I've got a little bit of brass that I've got, and I'm going to machine that up so that fits. So the radiator's in now, the brackets are in, the oil cooler lines are in, the expansion bottle is in. So I've had that little bit of bling done on that. Yep, so this is a bit close to the bodywork, so I'm going to go and have to move that up a little bit. But yeah, so it's all installed now, and if you're thinking about putting the 90-degree lines in off the earlier model, don't worry about it, they don't fit. I tried, and I also tried, or was going to attempt to put the oil cooler on this level, but it doesn't work. So it has to go where it was designed to go, and yeah, that's what I've done with that now. So yeah, these lines are all good. I think the distributor's now in. So the Luminition 1, 2, 3 distributor's in, and I've started putting the hoses on now. So there's one thing that I'm not sure about, and that's the engine height. So this hose going on here was a bit tight, and I'm not too sure if the engine mountings at the front are in upside down or not. So I'm not sure if anybody's got like a datum they can give me from where to measure from and to make sure that the engine mountings aren't in upside down. I've checked with the bonnet closed, and even with these raised attachments for the rocker cover, it doesn't actually touch. There's a good finger's width between it and the bonnet, so that's good. And my other concern was this bit here, but this bit goes down as it operates, so that's not going to go higher, so that seems to be all good. I'm just wondering if there's a datum or somebody's got a measurement they can give me if I measure across the top of here, how high it should be or whatever, because I can't find a datum or a measurement. So yeah, the Revatech fan's in, so I've got to get some heavier duty Deutsch fittings for down there, because the 16 gauge ones aren't good enough, they're too small, so I need a 14 gauge Deutsch plug. So I'm going to go and get some of them. But apart from that, I think that's about it for progress this weekend, I think. So yeah, yeah, all looking good. All right, so we'll see what happens during the week. I've got a company I've managed to find in Adelaide who might have longer throttle cables, and then we'll make the fitting, and then that has to come around here in a nice arc. Obviously it's going to look a bit untidy, but that's just where the carburetor goes. I did look at fitting this, because they do a bottom mount as well, but the underside of this carburetor is not drilled or tapped or anything to take that. So it's designed in the drawings, the pictures that I've seen for the MGB to go like that, so it all seems right. So it's just about this engine height, whether the engine's too high or not, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, as I say, if somebody has got a measurement for me, that'd be great. And thank you very much indeed for all the subscribers and all the likes and everything else. It's very encouraging. I'm enjoying the trip now. I didn't think I'd get into YouTube as I have done. So thank you very much indeed for everybody.